Hello, fellow traders. Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you Tuesday, December 17th, the year 2019. Let's talk trading. How to improve your trading. Psychology. Now, what about psychology? A trader asked me to go over the psychological trade, when the prices end in 00255075, and we'll get to that in a moment. But let's just kind of set the framework, something that you really have to internalize and understand. When we engage in trading, we are engaging in something that has an uncertain future. When you're a farmer, you tend to the ground, you plant your seeds, you water your seeds, you weed the garden, and pretty much in the future, unless there's some unforeseen circumstance, some really bad weather, you're going to get a crop. The outcome's more or less going to come out in your favor. But in trading, we really can't do anything to make sure that our trading garden grows, just to stick with that analogy. All we can do is make sure we don't lose more than any one particular trade than we're willing to lose. We can basically only really play defense. So, as I've stated many times, the reason we enter a trade has no bearing. No, it has nothing to do with the outcome of the trade. I was listening. I listened to part of a podcast this morning, and the guy was talking about why people choke. And I can understand it. It's like because you start to worry about the result. So, for example, if I'm shooting pool and I'm shooting 8 ball and I'm on the 8 ball and I just ran like 3 or 4 balls and all of a sudden I blow the 8 ball shot, I choked. It's not that I'm not capable of making that shot. Sometimes it's a dead on shot. Even though in pool, sometimes dead on shots can be the hardest shot to make. But that's all psychological. It's all inside my head. You know, I have the muscle and motor skills to make that shot. But why don't I do it? Why do I choke? It's because I'm focused on that outcome. I'm thinking about winning the game as opposed to going through the process of lining up the shot, chalking my cue, you know, making sure my bridge is right, and doing all those little things that I did on all those previous shots that I made. Somehow I lose my focus. I start thinking about the result, and, I'll blow shots. So it's the same thing in trading. A lot of times traders will be thinking about, making money on this particular trade when you can't think that way because you don't know if you're ever going to get an opportunity to take profit. You could enter a trade and never get an opportunity to take profit. That's just something you have to realize. And that's why we put those stop losses in there. So that's just something that you have to understand, and that's why you have to focus on the process. Make sure you're doing your money management right, your risk management right. Make sure you are entering the trade when your method or system tells you to enter the trade. You don't delay and you don't rush. You get it there. You're right on time every time. That's what you have to strive for. And over the long haul, if your method is profitable, if your system's profitable, that's when you look at the results. But you don't look at the result of each and every trade. What you do is you analyze how you performed on that trade, whether or not you did what you were supposed to do when you were supposed to do it. Were you where you needed to be when you did it? And that's it. So, fellow traders, you know what you've seen this screen a few times by now, right? It's all about the risk and money management. What I've just talked about, was, you have to be competent. You have to make sure you're doing things in a competent manner. okay? Because then you'll have success and that'll build your competence and then you will repeat that, okay? But right here, this is so important. You can't lose any more on than you want to on any particular trade. Now, boys and girls, I want you to remember one thing. These videos are for educational purposes only, and your results may differ from mine. And trading is risky and you can lose all your money. So, if you need any trading advice, financial advice, investment advice, seek out an accredited financial professional. That way, when you lose your money, you know you got your advice from an accredited financial professional rather than somebody's who you heard on YouTube or someplace else on the internet or read some book or got something in your mailbox. Okay. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to get to what that trader was asking me about. I just have to find here we go. Wow, I got it right the first time. Now, these lines here are set at 10, but he was asking about 25. So let's go in here and see the sub levels. We will change those sub levels to 25, okay? And let's even change the line style here because normally we've got the dashes. Let's use, I think 2 are dots. Oh, I did it wrong. I said 20. I wanted to do 25, not 20. So we'll get the psychological. Okay, you see that? Now, the yen really wouldn't be a good pair to use 25 on for the most part, even though we can look at it. But you see here, we've only got a 19 pip range. So let's flip over to the pound dollar because let me turn this off, or I'll just turn the idiot mode off so we get the skull out of the way. Okay, so what do we do here? How should we trade this? How can we put things that we know on our side? Because he was asking, well, what do I do at the line? Do I just, go with the H1 at the line and then put my stop on? And the quick answer is yes, that's exactly what you do. So here we see price opened right here for the day, came down to the double O. What color is the H1? It is red. So what do? We short it. And there you picked up, over 25 pips on that move, right? So what happened here? Price came back up. What color is it at the line? It is red. What do? You short it again, and you picked up another 25 pips. What color is price at the line here? It's green. It went up. Okay, it continued up. You almost picked up another 25 pips. Now here, if you got in right here, this is probably what he's thinking. Okay, what color is it? It is red at the line. You short it. So he's asking, well, when should I let it run the entire way to stop out, or what should I do? Well, let's think about it. What happened here? You get in a trade, okay, because price probably went up, then it came down, and you took it right here at 32.75. What happened next? Okay, price hit it, and then it came back up. So right here, if you stayed in, it's like, well, price closed up. Well, what happened next? It's going up. What happened right here? It crossed above this wick zone. You see these two here? It's crossing above. You have to use some of the other things you know. So maybe instead of taking that full stop, you just take the partial stop. Now, in this particular case, if say you put your stop loss at say 133.01, It would have been a close call. Actually, yeah, it would have been a close call. But then you see here, price came back down. But the question is, you had a lower low, a higher low, and what do you want to do? You got a lower high and a higher low. You got a one ball. Well, the one ball says now you want to start looking for a long bias. So maybe you don't take that trade. That's up to you. So the thing is, do you let it run the 25? Well, if you're losing to lose those 25 pips or 26 pips on a trade and your position size is sized accordingly, well then yes. But you could cut that trade off, and you see here you got another opportunity to get back in and more than make up your loss. And you can see right here, recent couple hours ago, 3 ball at the bottom, green at the line. And what did we have here? We had a high of 31.32. We were in at 25. So you could probably pick off 5, 6, 7 pips on that one trade. But that's how you do it. You see, the psychology is that you're not worried about, well, did I win or did I lose? No, what you're focused on is, did you enter as price crossed the line in the direction of the H1? Yes or no? Did you put your stop loss in the proper place? Yes or no? Is your position size and stop loss so you don't risk more than you want to risk on that particular trade? So if you do all those things, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter to you on that particular trade if you won or if you lost. What should matter is, yes, I followed my plan. Because if you look here, how many times would you have lost? How many times would you have won following it? Let's call that a loser. There would have been a winner here, a winner here, a winner here, a winner here. Let's just call that one a loser, a winner, a winner, a winner. Let's call that one a loser, but then he came right back to a winner, a winner, a winner. That's how simple trading can be. Granted, there's a lot of action on the pound. We can switch over to the euro and analyze that. Okay, we've got 45 pip range. So there's, basically it's only going to cross maybe one line with the range like that when you're spacing at 25 apart. But you can see here, once again, candle color at the line, profit, 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 candle color at the line, profit. Boys and girls, fellow traders, remember, your results may differ from mine, and these videos are for educational purposes only, but you should be able to see this, okay? Let's see. I think we got time. We could look at, no, well, let's look at the Canadian dollar real quickly. But once again, look at it. Would you have made money going at the line? Oh, right there, hey, there's a loser, okay? Right there, there's a loser. There's a winner. There's a winner. So, there's a winner. You can make these trades. Let's see. Let me just go here quickly. Gap 1, 2, 3, 4. A few of them haven't filled. Okay, you can see where we are. We're within the opening range for the first day of the week. Let's run down. Let's look at the inside bar. We made an inside bar yesterday. The buy zone. You see we took out the pivot right there. Okay, there's the pivot. Looking to hit that weekly pivot possibly. Okay. That's interesting. Why are there 2 dots there? I'm going to pause the video. Okay, fellow traders, just remember psychology, okay, and that's in the psychological lines. It's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. Go out there and drain the banks.